Hi, hello. It's Thursday, and I'm Marcia Grace, your Calm Creativity Connector here in the calm, in the center of the storm of coronavirus. So today we've been talking this week about preparedness, and so today I have a really fun thing. So at least it was a lot of fun for me, and I hope you enjoy it because we're going to talk about wild food. But first, as we always do, I just want to say that I'm here because I want to assure you that there is a way to view your feelings and your experiences differently, so that you can discover the solutions that you need for your business, for your job, for your home life, whatever difficulties that you're experiencing right now, which are many, I'm sure, as all of us are uh, having to deal with. But there is a way, and it all begins with your thoughts. By shifting your thoughts from fear to understanding, as I like to say it, you're moving your thoughts from the external world, from what's going on out there, all the noise, all the craziness, all of the hubbub, to back to yourself, into your own thoughts, your own experiences, to that still small voice that each and every one of us has within us. We all have this. But you won't know it unless you seek it out. You have to actually want it, and you have to be still enough for a little bit to hear it. And that's my expertise. That's what I help people to do, is to learn through what I call meditative contemplation, to discover that still small voice of wisdom that we all have within us. And now more than ever, you have a great opportunity, because if you're sitting at home, perhaps you can find a quiet spot somewhere and allow yourself to practice. And it does take practice. Doesn't happen overnight, and certain things do go on. So that's why it's good to have a teacher, because if something happens and you don't understand it, or don't seem to be doing what you think you should be doing, or what have you, if you have someone you can speak to about it, it will keep you on track so that you don't give up. So all right. So what we do today is we do our meditation, our little brief meditation. I'm going to light the candle, which I have so much stuff on my table here today that to find a place to put the candle. All right, here we go. My candle's getting shorter and shorter. I started out with a big tall candle, and over the weeks it's getting shorter and shorter. So, okay. And as I tell you, as we do our breathing and our little meditation, if you like, you can look at the candle flame. A lot of people like to do that. Or you can close your eyes, whichever works best for you. So a week or two ago, we did a lot of breath work. So I taught several different breath techniques to invigorate the body and bring oxygen and all kinds of healing and good stuff. And one of them, which was a lot of fun, is the pumping breath. And the way that works is you take a breath in, and then you, I have to really get up and show you, I guess. I don't know if I can show you, but you're pumping your stomach. Let me get the candle out of the way here. Pumping your stomach. Can you see that? So you're breathing in, and then you're pumping until there's no more air to pump out, and then take another breath. All right, so we're going to do that as best we can. I know it sounds crazy, but this actually is a cleansing breath. You're really pumping out all the stale, dead air in your lungs. If you're doing it right, and just keep pumping until you can't pump another pump. And so each of us will, of course, be doing this at a different rate. So let's try to do 3 of them together as best you can. And make sure you're sitting down. Don't do this standing up, because you're getting a lot of oxygen into your head and you don't want to fall over. Okay? So, hi, Eileen. Thanks for coming. So, okay, so what we're going to do is going to blow out And then breathe in and begin pumping. And again, breathe in and pump. And again, breathe in and pump. All right. So now if you want to close your eyes and just let the effects of that breath permeate your system and bring you into the present moment and allow you to feel the wonderful tingling energy that you might be experiencing. I hope so. And as we sit here, I know most of us are having a lot of issues. There's a lot of stress and anxiety that we're experiencing as a result of our home quarantining or our businesses shutting or people close to us who are sick or even dying. So many incredibly difficult things to deal with over these last weeks. And we don't know when it's going to end either. So it makes it very difficult. But the one thing that I know, and I want you to know, is that you have the power within you to let go of what you have no control over. And that's all the external stuff that's going on. You do have control over your body and over your thoughts, in the sense that you can do the right thing. You can stay home, or you can wear a mask, or wash your hands, or social distance, all the things we've been told to do. So that's something you have control over. But you also have control over your thoughts. And this is very, very helpful when it comes to dealing with stress, with the stress that you're feeling. Because, as I said, you can't change the situation, but you can change how you perceive it. And so there are many things that we can be doing in this time of self-imposed quarantine that we wouldn't normally have time to do. And so that's a bonus. That's a silver lining on this very dark cloud. And so what I would like for you to do now, just for a couple of minutes, is to go into the stillness and ask the question, what can I be doing at this moment of a positive nature? Something that I've been meaning to do, perhaps, that I haven't had a chance, or something I'd like to research, or maybe go do something I haven't been able to do, go for a jog, work in the garden, whatever it is that you've been longing to do that you haven't had time for until now. So I'm going to just be still for a moment or two and think about that. What positive thing can you be doing in this time of enforced quarantine? coming back and giving thanks for this moment or two of respite from the craziness. Time for inner reflection and tapping into your inner wisdom. So when you're ready, let's take one more slow, deep breath in. And as you release that breath, you can let your eyes come open, and we're back. Okay, I'm going to blow this out. Preserve my candle here for another few days. All right. So if you enjoyed that meditation, please give me a like. Let me know. I'd love to hear. So, hi. Oh, hi, Kevin. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you again. Nice. I'm going to wave at you people. Okay. I don't know what this does, but it says wave, so I'm waving. Okay. All right. So here's the fun part today that we're going to do. We're talking about preparedness, and I said one of the ways we can prepare is in the springtime now, so I hope you're out there gardening and or preparing your garden or planting seeds or doing something, or maybe planting seeds. I have a bunch of I should have brought them over. I have a bunch of sunflower seeds that sprouted that are sitting on my windowsills, getting bigger and bigger every day. And so that's fun. But what I'm talking about today is wild food. Okay, what I mean by that is food that grows by itself. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to plant it. It's just going to be there, and it's going to be there because Mother Nature provides in such a beautiful way. And I think a lot of us are far removed from nature because we're busy trying to earn a living, or we're trying to make money. We're trying to take care of our families and juggle work and business and all that kind of stuff. So you love sunflowers. Yes, me too. So they're great to eat, right? The seeds are great, and they're great for the birds. The birds love them. So yeah, it's a great plant. So we're kind of removed from nature, and also another thing that we do, which is we fertilize our lawns and our backyards. We want it to look beautiful. We want it manicured. We want everything's perfect. And we're out there raking all the leaves, and we're mowing and fertilizing and putting all kinds of stuff down. And if you do that, then you can't do what I'm going to talk about today. Sorry to say. But if you're like me, who never puts anything on my lawn except water, that's it, and not too much of that because I have crabgrass, which doesn't need much water. But I'll tell you something. It's soft, it's springy, it's green all summer. It doesn't grow that fast, so I don't have to mow it that often. So actually, I love it. Okay, anyway. So my lawn is untouched, and my backyard is pristine. And so I can go out into my backyard at this time of the year, early spring, and I can dig stuff up and eat it. And I do. And I'm going to show you the things that I have dug up right this morning. I went out there, and here's some examples of it. You'll all recognize this, of course, right? Dandelions. We all know those lovely little things that we love to get rid of, that we curse, right, in our lawns. And we say, oh, look at all those dandelions. Not me. Not me. In fact, I'm upset because they didn't have that many this year, because I dug up so many last year that they didn't propagate that much. But what I do with the dandelions is, and I'll take one out here, is first of all, I take off the flower part, the stem with the flower, and throw it away. I don't need that. And that's where it propagates, because then you'll get the white fluff ball and send the seeds all over the place. Okay, so I don't do anything with that. And I also take off. This is you can see the little wants to come up. That's the new one. All right, so I take all those off, and I then what I'll do is I use the greens. These are lovely greens loaded with vitamins. Like I don't even know all the vitamins, but all kinds. And So I take that, and that I put into salads or into my stir fry in the evening. The root I use for tea, dandelion tea. Of course, you've heard of dandelion wine. You've heard that song. I don't know how to make dandelion wine, but if you did, you could do it. So you could do that too. But the whole plant is marvelous, so nutritious, and so life-giving. So that's dandelions. Okay, what else we got here? You'll recognize this, I'm sure, too. You probably have a lot of this popping up in your lawn. This is, let me get my paper here, allium, which is a spring onion, also called wild garlic, onion grass. It's considered a pest. Yeah, it's considered a pest because it pops up everywhere. But of course, you know, those, like any bulb, it grows in the spring and then it dies back and then it just goes dormant. So you really don't have to do anything. It's not really a problem. And the benefit is that this is delicious. Delicious to put in your salads or to sprinkle on your tuna fish salad or, you know, just in so many things, you know, because it's got that oniony, garlicky taste. In fact, it's such a strong taste that I show you, you can see the bulb, right? Yeah. So, it's the farmers considered a horrible pest because if the cows eat this, the milk tastes like garlic. That's how strong it is. So I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, or at least to me, I'm sure the farmer wouldn't think it's funny, but all right. So what else have we got here? Oh, this I absolutely adore. Here's another tea thing. This is lemon balm. Melissa officinalis. It's in the mint family, and the way you can tell anything that's in the mint family is you look at the stem, and if the stem is square, you'll notice that the stem is square. I doubt you can see that here, but it's squarish, which all mints are like that. Any kind of mint, if you look, that's how you can absolutely immediately recognize a mint because it's got a square stem. But this is fantastic. Oh, I make tea with this all spring, summer long. And in fact, I dry it. When the fall comes, I cut a lot of it as much as I can and dry it. And I can use it all winter. And it's great. You know, I mean, it really tastes like a lemon. No kidding. So you can make lemonade without the lemons. How about that? All right, what else have we got here? Oh, all right, this is just one little example, but I found it. This is called wild strawberry or mock strawberry because it does have, you know, the leaves kind of look like strawberries and it sends out those runners the way strawberries do. And it does have a little flower, although the flower is yellow, I think, instead of white or pink. And of course, it has a little you know, fruit that it produces, but it doesn't taste anything like you'd want to eat particularly. But the leaves, traditionally, these little leaves were used to treat skin abscesses and eczema. You know, I mean, we today laugh. You know, if we hear things like that, we say, oh, that's old wives' tales or, you know, something like that. But people, before we had the drugs that we have today, used natural plants for so many things, for so many cures. So that's that. All right, okay, that takes care of these. All righty, I can put you away. All right, what else have we got here? Oh, let's bring these over. Okay, so here I have a lovely bunch of, this is, oh, I'm gonna get this dirt all over the place. Ooh. This is oregano, wild oregano. Let me see if I can pick it up without dropping all the dirt. Wild oregano. Beautiful. Isn't that beautiful green? So lovely. You really don't want to eat it. It's just kind of pretty. Yeah, I mean, regular oregano is great to grow, and it is perennial. So get some oregano seeds and plant them because it's a marvelous herb to have. And you really use it, you know, it's great. All right, so that's the oregano. And then I have, this is very, very pretty. All right, you see these beautiful little purple flowers, right? Purplish flowers. And the top leaves tend to be purplish, and then it gets greener as you go down. And that is, this is called purple dead nettle. Not a very attractive name, but nonetheless, it's a lamium, and if you look at it, I don't know if you could tell, but it's got a square stem, so it's in the mint family. Can you see that it's square? I don't know. But it's in the mint family, and it is edible. In fact, those beautiful little flower heads would look, they're a gorgeous garnish. What a terrific garnish on, on a salad, if you're making a big salad or a big, like a tuna or something like that. And you could put these on top because they're edible, and they actually have a little bit of a sweet taste to them. Although the rest of the leaves are kind of a little on the bitter side, but I take off the leaves and the flowers, and I chop them up, and I throw them in my smoothie or in a salad. And again, the vitamin content, the minerals and the vitamins are just so great, that it's just wonderful. Okay, let me go on. This is probably springing up all over your garden too, or your, and it's called, let me get this a little closer here, you see that? It's got those pretty tiny little white flowers, right? Very pretty, right? This is called hairy bittercress. It's actually cardamine is the botanical name, hairy bittercress. And it's cress, cress, which is in the, like a kind of a peppery taste, like, what am I thinking of? Arugula, in the, arugula kind of family. And actually it's very delicious. And same thing, I just chop it up. Put it in salads, put it in, you can put a little bit in your smoothie, not too much because it'll taste like pepper. But actually, again, all those vitamins can't be beat. All right, I think I got everything on that one. All right, what else have we got here? Oh, one more. I've got a couple more here. All right, and this I love. This is, it's kind of starting to wilt now, but this is called garlic mustard, or poor man's garlic. It does have a nice root. See the root? The whole thing is edible. Everything. Root, leaves, the whole bit. Stems, everything is edible and delicious. And if you smell it, it has that wonderful garlicky, oniony smell. So it's, again, terrific in salads. Throw it in your stir fry. I wouldn't put it in a smoothie, though. Unless you want a garlic taste of smoothie. I definitely wouldn't do that. So that's, but this is, it's really very tasty and just really puts a lot of zing in your food. All right, I think I've got all of the ones that I dug up today. I talked about, mugwort. Where's the mugwort? Where is my mugwort? I had a tiny little bit of mugwort here somewhere. Oh, and mint, I didn't talk about, I had some mint here too. Oh yeah, here's the mugwort. This is a very tiny little, just beginning to grow mugwort. But again, traditionally it's called the woman's herb. Women would take this for cramps, and it actually is supposedly an excellent mosquito repellent. So let's hear it for mugwort. Artemisia. Mint, I didn't find the mint. Everybody knows what mint looks like, right? You all know that. Okay, it's here somewhere, but I don't see it. All right, I think I got it all. And I didn't bring in my parsley, but parsley is a perennial. And if you plant it once, and you kind of like, I just had it in a planter because I don't have a lot of sun, unfortunately. Me, the gardener who loves to garden, I don't have enough sun. But so I had planted it in a planter, and then I put it down below my deck and kind of let the leaves kind of cover it up for the winter. And I just went and scratched the leaves off this morning, and there were my beautiful parsley plants. So they overwintered very nicely, and I have parsley ready to go. So that's a wonderful plant to have in a planter. It's pretty, right? You can plant it in a planter. I also like to plant on my deck, of course, tomatoes, not without question, and also basil. Basil just grows so lovely, and in a big pot, just throw some seeds in, it'll bing, you'll have them. Yeah. So the one thing I want to show you that you might see in your garden, on the grounds, is this very, very pretty plant. It's called Star of Bethlehem, and you'll see them in clumps, like all over. Like that's how they are on my lawn anyway. There's clumps of them here and there. Especially if you don't have a lot of grass, because I don't have a lot of grass in my back because of so many trees, so I have a lot of shade. But this plant doesn't care at all. It loves the environment there. But don't eat this one. This one you do not want to eat. This is poisonous. Not that it'll kill you, but it'll give you a really bad tummy ache. So don't try to eat Star of Bethlehem. It has such a pretty name too, right? But it's not good to eat. Just enjoy what it looks like. All right, so that is my wild food. And if you think I'm crazy, I probably am. But I just it's one of the things for me is that there's something about being self-sufficient that I love. I love the idea that I could not starve, if God forbid, your food wasn't available or whatever, I would know. So I would know what I could go out there and I could forage. There was a fellow years ago that I used to follow. His name was Wildman Steve, and he was a forager, and he would take you on trips into the woods and show you the things that you could eat and whatnot, and pluck and stuff. And I love that. That's just so. I think it's wonderful to be able to do that, and there's it's great to teach kids that too, to bring kids back to the earth and have them have a sense of, wow, we're part of the earth, and we have nourishment right here, right under our feet. So I hope you enjoyed that little discussion of wild food. And I came across this. I was reading the paper. I'm one of those ancient people who still reads a newspaper, and I love the comic section. And one of my favorites, but probably the favorite, is Ziggy. And I love Ziggy because everything happens to Ziggy. No matter what he tries to do, it always backfires on him, the poor guy, right? So I feel very, very empathetic toward Ziggy. And here's an example of that. Poor Ziggy goes to have a picnic, right? He's going out for a picnic, right? And a bunch of birds come up to him and they say, "We migrate back to the same spot to mate every year, and you're in our spot." So poor Ziggy has to leave his picnic ground because he's in the bird's way. Yep. So maybe we're all feeling a little Ziggy-ish right now, that we're in a spot we don't want to be, or shouldn't be. Under normal circumstances, we would be elsewhere. However, we are where we are, and we have that inner wisdom, as we spoke about in the meditation, to go back to and to find out what we can be doing at this time to make good use of the time that we have until this virus takes its little walk away from us, right? So look for the silver lining, and remember, if you enjoyed today's little talk and discussion, this is not something I usually do, but if you enjoyed this, please give me a like, and thank you for the likes. And also, you are welcome to go to my website, which you should see the link there, to get a free guided meditation. Another one for you. So that's my little gift for you. And as I always say, as I end, everything begins with a thought. So keep your thoughts light. All right. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.